Post-election protests, thousands taking to the streets right now across the country.
And furloughs coming for some employees in St. Landry Parish. How many and who's affected?
And this week, the dart lands in Acadia Parish. Brianna Malloy on the road asking, what's your story? Right now on KATC.
Live from the KATC TV3 studios, this is Acadiana's News Channel at 10.
Good evening, everyone. Right now, Lafayette police are investigating a disturbing robbery and assault near UL's campus.
A student claims she was robbed of her wallet and her hijab. It happened on Smith Street near Buena Vista Boulevard. 3 is on the street tonight. Our Micah Hatfield picks up the story from there. Micah, tell us, what are police saying?
Marcel, the student says she was here in this area near Smith Street and Buena Vista Boulevard. She says that's when a 4-door gray car pulled up in front of her. She says 2 men got out, both wearing sweatpants, one wearing a white Donald Trump hat. She claims they hit her with a metal object, made her fall down. When she hit the ground, she says they then yelled obscenities and robbed her. They stole her wallet and hijab, which is a traditional Muslim head wrap. Lafayette police are in charge of this investigation. We spoke to them just a few minutes before airtime. One of the challenges they say they're having right now is that there were no witnesses, and right now they don't have any surveillance video. If you have any information on this incident, call Lafayette police. 3's on the street in Lafayette. Live in Lafayette, Mike Hatfield, KATC TV3.
In the Tech Center with a look at the anti-Trump protest happening in major cities across the country. Despite calls for unity from both President-elect Donald Trump and Hillary Clinton, signs of a divisive election continue to linger.
And we have a live look at the streets of Dallas, Texas tonight, where protesters there are chanting, "Not my president," referring to President-elect Donald Trump. And a similar scene in New Orleans. Protesters gathering around Lee Circle, setting fire to a sculpture resembling the president-elect. There were also words spray painted on the sides of buildings that read, "No Trump, no KKK." Trump's win came as a surprise to many. Most polling in the weeks before the election did show Hillary Clinton in the lead in the race, but one political analyst has a theory about that polling.
People who did genuinely support Trump were somehow evading the polls or concealing their true feelings when they were polled.
Former Louisiana Governor Bobby Jindal could have a role in Trump's administration. According to the Wall Street Journal, Jindal is being considered for Health and Human Services Secretary. Also on the list, reportedly, former presidential hopeful Ben Carson. Jindal headed up the state's health department under Governor Foster, and under Bush 43, Jindal served as an assistant secretary in HHS.
And election 2016 may be over across the country, but not here in Louisiana, where there are 2 big runoffs that will be decided December 10th. First up, the race for U.S. Senate. Public Service Commissioner and Democrat Foster Campbell will be on the ballot against Republican and State Treasurer John Kennedy. And in the 3rd congressional district race, it's a Republican matchup. Public Service Commissioner Scott Angel and Clay Higgins are in that runoff. The winner will succeed Charles Bustani, who lost his bid for U.S. Senate.
Here's Rob's 24-hour forecast.
Oh, feeling pretty cool outside. Temperatures at this hour lower 60s, but it's that northeast breeze at 13. That's making it feel even cooler yet. Barometric pressure rising rapidly. That's that RR right there. And that means high pressure building in, and temperatures will continue to drop. Already down to 59 Opelousas. And most of us get into the lower 50s by morning, some into the 40s. We'll take a close look at the parish by parish temperatures coming up in the main weathercast. Tomorrow should be a mostly sunny and nice day, breezy and cool. Temperatures still manage to reach the low to mid 70s for a high. Could be a few degrees cooler tomorrow night, but plenty of high clouds as we get closer to the weekend. We'll talk more about that weekend forecast and talk about our next good chance of rain coming up in just a little bit.
Parish by parish headlines now. St. Landry Parish will soon furlough several employees to help close its budget shortfall for 2016. The parish council met tonight to look at the $670,000 deficit and explore their options. Parish President Bill Fontenot says furloughing at least 15 employees will give them about $600,000. The majority of the workers are expected to come from the Department of Public Works.
It'll be tough to get all of the work done that's required, but we're going to become as innovative as we can. The citizens will have to be patient in some instances because a lot of that has to do with cutting grass and cleaning ditches.
The Lafayette Parish School Board is considering proposing a tax to help pay for school building maintenance and technology upgrades. The board will be reviewing 6 different tax options that could raise between $200 and $500 million.
In St. Landry Parish, a Port Barre High School coach is in jail tonight, accused of having sex with students. Police say basketball coach Nicole Amal was sexually involved with a 17-year-old and 18-year-old male student. Amal was arrested and booked for prohibited sexual conduct between a teacher and student. Staying in St. Landry, a home burglary suspect is facing charges after barricading himself inside a home in Opelousas. Deputies say neighbors reported seeing the suspect break a window and then climb inside of the home on the corner of Tulip and Henry Drive in Opelousas. Once deputies eventually went inside the home, they say they found the suspect, Deandra Collins, hiding in a closet.
A group of Boy Scouts and members from the American Legion are honoring fallen soldiers ahead of Veterans Day. Tonight, the 2 groups invited the public out to retire the flags at the American Legion on Surrey Street.
That only certain organizations can retire the flag in a traditional manner, and the Scouts being one of them, along with the American Legion. So we wanted to give the boys the experience to show the public what a traditional flag ceremony was all about.
And students at Karen Crowe High School are getting ready for this weekend's playoff game. The school held a pep rally tonight for the football team outside Swanky's. Friday, the Golden Bears take on Salmon after finishing the regular season with an 8-2 record. Coming up, what's your story? Brianna Malloy is on the road looking for the most interesting people and their stories. She's in Church Point at 10:21.
But first, Rob's Tribute forecast for where you live. You are watching Acadiana's News Channel at 10 o'clock.